All right, five-handed. We've been five-handed now for about half, almost a full level, basically last hour. I think we've been about five-handed here. So as we broadcast in Blackhawk, Colorado, just 1 hour from Denver, an easy ride up the mountain. Not the best cell phone coverage, but hey, everything else is great. Dave is going to go all in now. Dave all in. 2.1 is his chip stack. What do you? I got him on ace 10 maybe. Ace queen.
Uh-oh, he's going to get looked up possibly here by Shane with the ace jack. Yeah, Dave could have a pretty wide range, huh?
Yeah. And he's going to make the call. I'm going to guess. I'm going to put Dave on ace 10. Pocket nines. We've seen pocket nines. This is our sixth pocket nine pair we've seen.
Come on.
So Dave's in the lead. Now, last time his double up, Corey, he had pocket deuces. Look at this guy. He's dancing. He's singing. He's on a free roll. He bought into this thing for a qualifier, just $260.
Dave is a free spirit, having a good time out there.
You know what? I think if Dave gets eliminated, why don't you go ask him to join me in the broadcast booth? That would be a lot of fun.
And you like this jacket.
Dave's currently in the lead with his pocket nines, but his tournament life is at risk.
Up against two overs.
Let's see the flop.
We go to the flop. In the lead right now is Dave. Can he keep it? And the flop is king, deuce, 4.
That is not
safe.
a bad
He's got spades,
yeah.
too.
Good news and good news for Dave.
Come on.
He's got the redraw with the spades. Shane in trouble here. Needs runner for a straight or an ace or a jack. That's a 5. Now that opens up his wheel options as well. So any ace, any jack, any 3, that's not a spade.
Correct.
Look at Dave.
Dave's about 84% to double up here.
Dave
He's in
can
good
feel
shape.
it. He's dancing. He's happy. River card is the 10 of spades. So Dave's hand actually gets better. He makes a flush. And that's why I love the pocket nines. You just want to have the 9 of spades with it this time. So Dave doubles up.
It could get interesting
and
now.
This could get real interesting, okay? Dave went from the short stack now, 2 big double ups. I guess he's not going to be joining me in the broadcast booth anytime soon.
No, he's sitting on over 4 million chips now. Dave lists his career winnings at 50,000, so he needs a top 3 to double that, at least double that. Third place pays 53, 550. Second today, walking home with just under 82,000, and first place $132,262.
Shane's not happy. He's not happy at all. Just lost a big pot. Could have eliminated Dave there, but just no luck on the flop, turn, or river. He got close, I guess. He needed a queen to make his Broadway, but the flush comes on the end. Dave wins the pot, celebrates a little bit. And, you know, Shane doesn't want to talk to him. He doesn't want to hear any of this.
He's not a happy camper, is he?
Can't blame him. It's James Larson alongside Corey Stewart as we broadcast from the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. I want to thank all the players that joined us on event number 200. Great to see the Cowboy, Mike Harris, out here. Mike Harris, rather. It's good to see Alan Kessler. We mentioned him earlier. Chan Pelton. Teresa Hemingway was here. Danny Gonzalez, of course, 6th place finish. Just a lot of our regulars, a lot of our regulars made this trip. We're missing a few, but it was good to see the folks that we did out here for event number 200.
Looks like Jason has opened this one with Queen 8 of hearts. Over to Shane, lays down the 7-5. Rory might have a playable hand here. Out of the small blind, he'll have to call 270 to play.
Rory in the small.
Those are calling chips.
He does just that. So Jason raising there with Queen 8 of hearts under the gun. I think Jason just hadn't played a hand in a while, and he looked at Queen 8. It was suited. He said, let's play. Flop here, Jack 8 tray. So good flop there for Jason as he catches an 8. All right, so action over to Jason here after Rory checks.
Jason bets his 8, 475,000. So we've got a pot of 1.3 million. These blinds are up there, James.
Yeah, and when you play a junky hand like King 10, even 5-handed, and you get a flop like that, there's nothing else you can do.
Yep.
Fold or just try to repop it and buy it. But that King 10 just can really be raggy, and it certainly was right there. So Jason stacking chips. Who do you like? If you had to make a prediction, I always do it to Ken, and he hates it when I ask him. If you had to make a prediction, who takes this thing down?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know much about any of these players, but I like Dave's Poison Ivy jacket, so I think I'm going to have to pull for him.
You know, when we started play, I liked the 9 seat. I like Mike in the 9 seat. Jason, though, is sneaky good. And Dave obviously knows how to play poker, and he's running real well, too. As far as Shane, I think Shane's just got to get the mojo going. And, Corey, you know what way to get the mojo going better than any way
Right
is
here
pocket
it is.
jacks.
That's right.
Here. So we'll see if Dave can wake up with a hand, and hopefully Shane, for Shane's case, get some of those chips back. All right, so Shane with the pocket jacks. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Whoops. I'm so sorry.
Shane's going to bump it up to 305-ish, it looks like.
Yeah, the raise is the 305,000. And it looks like everybody's going to fold. So,
yeah.
Again, you know, Shane just not getting traction. This time he actually gets a hand and no callers. Maybe with jacks, not a bad thing, though, to have happen.
It's true. One of those tricky hands where you can get in trouble very quickly.
So back to what I was saying about the rest of the players. Shane obviously has got the skill if he can just get the mojo going. And then Rory. Rory's just been up and down. And I think my advice to Rory is just be a little more patient. It seems like he was forcing a few plays, and he's playing a lot of hands. He plays a lot like me, not a problem there. But, you know, he's getting low on chips. So I think he needs to pick his spots, and that would be my advice to him. But as far as anybody at the table who's just having a good time, look at Dave. He's smiling, he's laughing, and when everything starts coming easy like that, it becomes fun, and you're a hard player to beat.
Absolutely. Again, as you mentioned, Dave got through on a $260 qualifier, so he's already made quite a profit at this point. Guaranteed at least $27,000. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice return on your $260 investment.
And Corey, once he gets the third, he will double his lifetime earnings, because right now he's just under 50,000 in total career winnings. Third place money right now is 53,550.
It's a big payday.
Okay, so what's Dave thinking about here? He's got Jack 10 of hearts. Now the thing is Dave needs to continue to play the game he's playing. Let's not get too tricky here. Let's not get too crazy. Continue to do what you're doing, Dave, because it's working.
I like the call here. It's a fun little hand.
It is. Jack 10 suited, 5-handed, absolutely. And he's running well. And he's running well against Shane.
Yeah.
So why not get in there and splash around? We go to the flop, and it's not very good for Dave.
No,
Two
it's
aces and a queen. So Dave, again, hopefully he doesn't try to get too tricky here with this.
Shane looks very upset, but we know that he is not.
Shane looks like he's having some ear problems today. He's holding that ear he's cusping it. He's going to make a bet, and this is going to get Dave out of it real quick. Unless Dave, look at Dave. He looks like Jack Nicholson almost with that smile. And Dave knows he's not going to be able to buy his way out of this one. He'll show the hand, Jack 10. You got to see a flop. 5-handed, he's running well. But yeah, Shane, I think that's just his image. I think Shane's probably a lovable guy, but he's just like, you know what? I'm here to play poker. I'm playing for the championship.
All business.
Looks like we have one plug-in left back there. If somebody needs a cell phone plug, it just for some reason looks like an OSHA issue as things are hanging off the plug-ins. So last night, Corey, you were awakened. You were woken by a fire alarm. I was actually going to bed. It was about 3:20 Mountain. And all of a sudden, the fire. So they had to evacuate the whole hotel.
Yeah, I'd never.
How long were you outside in your pajamas?
Probably 15 minutes. I never got an explanation. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Were there people in their boxer shorts?
I wasn't really looking for that, but I would imagine that there were not. I think everybody had time to put the pants on.
Okay, good.
The place wasn't on fire.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I was confused, you know. Kind of woke up and I was a little disoriented and went out in the hall and people are running around all crazy.
Yeah, elevators were stopped. There was people running down the stairs.
Yeah, 34 flights of stairs and people were running down. It was kind of a mess.
It was just very ironic because I was just going to my room. So as everybody's fleeing the hotel, I was very confused. I think it's the mountain air, and I was swimming upstream. All right, action over to Shane. 175, so he's going to defend. defends the big blind. Jason could have any 2 cards, raising here on the button. He's got 7-4.
Up to the flop. Let's see the flop.
Shane does defend.
And we go to the flop, and it's king 8-5.
go.
Couple of hearts.
Look at this. Shane's picked up a few hands in a row here now. He's turned it around after doubling Dave up.
Now Jason is going to continue to bet here. He's going to c-bet this. And a big bet. He's going to lose some chips on this hand potentially.
Well, he's got the gut shot he's
Does
drawing
have the
too.
gut shot, yes.
Looking for a 6, but Shane is in good shape right now. He's not going anywhere. Just makes the call.
He's just going to flat.
And the call. Let's do the turn card.
Okay, decent sized pot now. Almost 1.5 million. Okay, so now it's the 4 of spades. So now Jason catches a piece of that.
Shane's gonna check over Jason.
Not a lot of help though, as you can see percentage-wise. Shane's percentage chances of winning the hand has gone up, even though Jason did make a pair on the turn there.
Wow, Jason continues to fire here. Boy, he's going to have a lot of his chips invested in this hand, Corey.
He is. He only had 2.2 million before this bet, and it looks like that's
So he pairs his 4.
750. Wow, big bet.
So what is Shane thinking here?
Yeah, you know, he's worried about his kicker, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, he's yeah. His opponent could have ace-king or king-queen or... But remember, Jason did raise on the button, so the range is a little... I guess would you like to see him shove here, Corey, would be my question.
Well, it's easy for me to say because I can see what cards he's got, and I can see what his opponent has.
It's not
Shove-
the answer I was looking for.
I know. Well, a shove is not a bad move, I don't think.
I don't think so either. This is where we need Kenneth James or the poker professional.
Yeah.
If I think my hand's good here, Corey, I get it all in right here. I raise it right here. But instead he just makes the call. That I don't like. I don't like just a call there.
Yeah, I don't
Put
know
your
if you and I
opponent
are
to
the
the test.
best analysts.
So it's a 9
we
of
both
hearts.
lost in the 1-2 game last night, so we might
Let's
not be the
bring
best.
that up. Poker is all hindsight, though, Corey. You never know. Okay. So now he's going to check. I think what Shane's obviously trying to do is control the size of this pot. Is what he's trying to do.
Here we go. Wow. Jason moves
Now-
all in.
Did he go all in? Now look, Shane is confused. Now again, had he just shoved on the turn, instead now he's calling off all his chips potentially.
You're right. This is a tougher decision than if he would have
Sure.
just pushed it on the turn.
Yeah, and I think you're right. He was worried about his kicker, obviously. I don't think Shane has any idea what his opponent has here.
Tough.
It is tough, just the way the hand played out. But he called all the way down every street.
It's a big pot. As you can see, 4.3 million in the pot there.
But it's such a, I mean, there's 3 hearts out there, but other than that, it's a pretty dry board. He's thinking, does my opponent have 2 pair or am I out kicked?
Yeah, Shane's running the hand, you know, replaying the hand through his mind, and he's kind of thinking this doesn't make sense unless the guy was just betting the hard draw, or if he's got him out kicked.
Will Shane make this call?
Oh,
He makes the call.
Good call.
Good call. Not a hero call, just a good call. That was the right call.
Wow.
And that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Jason is out of this tournament. He's been eliminated.
Jason
Essentially bluffed off, Corey, his entire stack there.
And a
Semi-bluffed it.
5.7 million chip
Yeah.
pot. That's huge. He goes out
What a
fifth
call.
place.
Look at Shane. Shane's smiling a little bit now. Wow, he said, see you guys. But you know what? Hey, Jason made a play. I give him credit. He's happy, and he's going home with how much money?
$27,040.
And he's going to go speak with Dan Ross here, our Hold'em Radio reporter. And Corey, we're down to our final 4.
Yeah, it's been a quick day so far.
Wow, that hand. Jason just kept firing every street. And, or not Shane, but Jason. And Shane calls him, and in the end wins a monster pot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shane's going to be up to 7.1 million now. I think that's going to make him the chip leader.
So now, as we do our predictions, I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to pick that guy right there, stacking all the chips. And Corey, I said it. He needed something to get the momentum going. We saw it with the pocket jacks. Didn't get any callers, but from that moment on, then the next hand was this one, and just good momentum for him as he was defending there from the big blind with his king 7. That's where you can sometimes get into trouble. You catch a piece of a flop like that, and he could have been on the other side of this thing.
Sure. Yeah, it could have gone the other way, and that would have
know,
been bad for him.
We both would have liked to have him play the pot a little more aggressively in hindsight, but I guess in hindsight it doesn't really matter as you are there stacking all of the chips. So right now, the short stack is Rory, as you see, in the 8 seed. So chip leader would obviously be Shane, and then followed by, would it be Dave, and then Mike, and then Rory. We'll get those finals for you here in a minute, but that's the way it's looking right now. So it's 1:58 here, Mountain Time. We started play just after noon. Actually, it was about 12:30, 12:45. So, Corey, we haven't been playing more than about an hour, and we're already down to our final 4 players.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Did you just announce everyone's chip stacks or no? No.
At the end of the level, I'll recount them.
At the end of the level, we'll get the chip counts for you. Mike gets out of the way, and now Dave. Dave is so close here to winning his first HPT event. I know he's excited to do that. We talked to him off camera. We'll see if he can close it out, but he's got to go up against a couple of great players. 3 of them stand in his way. Dave on the button here. What's he going to raise with? He's going to go all in on the button.
Wow.
Curious play here, Corey.
Yeah.
Curious play.
100,000 to call, and he pushes for 4 mil.
King 7 worked pretty good for him last time. Isn't that what Shane had in the last hand?
Yeah, but he's not going to.
He's not going to play that. No.
Dave's just going to win some
Yeah,
blinds
he's not
here.
going to get a call out of Rory. 10 tray shows it up. What did Dave have?
We'll never know.
About 6.5 minutes.
6.5 minutes to go in the level. It's James Larson alongside Corey Stewart. Glad you're with us for episode, or event rather, number 200 for us here on the HPT. Event number 200.
Yeah, every player in the main event this weekend got a commemorative chip for that 200th main event. Nice little memento to take home.
It was nice of you to do that, Corey. I know a lot of the players that I talked to were very happy to get that.
Yeah, they were neat.
Action's on Dave. He's going to fold. Now over to Shaner. Shane just won a monster pot if you're just joining us. Took out Jason. Now Shane's on the button. And Corey, obviously, range has changed now. We're playing 4-handed. And Shane can afford to be a little more aggressive now as well.
Right, suited connectors are always fun to play.
And Rory's thinking to himself, I got to pick up a hand here pretty soon.
Yeah, you know, I haven't been here in the booth with you for long, but I haven't seen Rory or Mike play a hand yet, I don't think.
Well, Rory's been active early on when we first started play. But as you see, he's just running out of chips, so he's got to find the right opportunity. And Mike's going to raise here.
Mike's going to re-raise to total bet up. 875,000.
A 3-bet to 875. So Shane, unfortunately, will probably have to lay this hand down. It's fun to play those 6-5s suited. It's fun to raise with those. But when you get 3-bet, it's a pretty easy fold.
Yeah. Don't want to get too carried away with the hand.
You don't want
like
to get
that.
too cute with hands like that, for sure. Dealers have done a great job this week. Great to see everybody out here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. I want to thank Cage and his entire staff, Megan, Dennis, the whole crew. I don't know how they do it, Corey, to get through this many entries, all the satellites, all the qualifiers, the side events. There's side events going on right now. They have a sunrise tournament when I walked in.
Yeah.
Run a lot of cash through this room, a lot of players, and it's really a hotbed. If you've never been out here, try to visit it. It's the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor.
They do a great job. It's been a busy week for them. I'm sure they're ready to relax after we leave town here.
They call it the Heartland hangover on Tuesday morning. The poker room is just the regulars, few people drinking coffee, and it really, because I'm usually here Tuesday morning before I fly out to say goodbye to everybody, and it's a much different vibe when the whole thing's over.
Dave's going to fold.
Dave's going to fold, so Shane's going to win that pot. So now play is leveling out a little bit. 4 players, and you know when you look at the money, such a drastic bump here, Corey. 37,000 for fourth, 37,209. For third, it goes up to almost 54,000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a brand new car. Okay,
It is.
so you're not just going to get cute with an ace-9 here and shove your stack and hope somebody doesn't call you. You're going to play this smart, and you move up from there. You go 53 to 81, all the way to $132,262.
That's right. And like you said, we lost 4 players in the first hour, hour and a half. So these 4 guys, like you said, chips have kind of leveled out a little bit. And they'll be able to play now. Things will slow down a little bit.
At what point will Shane really switch gears here as the chip leader and maybe start to bully the table a little bit? He might not. He may play it straight.
Mike's going to raise to 335,000.
Mike here is picking up steam.
Dave in the small blind.
We lost 2. There's 2 RFID. Dave and Mike.
Action on Dave. The raise was to 335,000. I wish I could see Dave's whole card. Just would make it a whole lot more fun if we knew what Dave was holding. But boy, he's got the look of a re-raise here. Don't you
Yeah, it's a
think,
pretty serious look from when we saw him a few minutes ago.
Dave's going to make the call.
Smiling
So
and
he's just going to
dancing.
make the call. Shane will throw his junky Jack 4 into the muck. So let's try to guess the hands here. I'm going to put Dave maybe on a small pocket pair.
Flop is ace of diamonds, queen of hearts, ace of spades. Dave's first. He checks over to Mike.
So 2 aces and a queen. Dave looks like he likes the flop, though. It's much easier to watch the faces and the actions from up here with the cameras and everything, but it just looks like Dave liked that flop. They might have both liked it.
Yeah, Dave quickly checked, and Mike's going to fire out a bet here.
455,455.
455 is the bet.
Dave's going to
Okay, I was wrong. Dave didn't like it. He's going to
take down the
fold.
pot.
Maybe a small pocket pair or something.
Right about 1 minute left at this level. 1 minute left. Probably the last hand at this level. At the end of the second hand, we need to pause just for a minute. Take care of
Gonna take a quick pause after this level. 1 minute left in the level, so this will probably be the last hand here before a quick break.
We're at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor, our $1,100 main event here, a summer saver for some of these folks. As the World Series is wrapping up here in the next couple of days, down to about 29 players right now over there in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Rio.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Summer saver for a handful of these guys. We saw a lot of people coming straight in from Vegas on their way home. Stopped to play this $1,100 event. From here we go to Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Always a fun stop. Great food down there, great people.
One
One more hand. We got a quick one in there, Corey, so we're going to play one more before the level is over.
10,000, 80, 50,000, 100,000. This could be the last hand at this level.
We're in a new room this week. This is a new spot for us to film our final table. We're actually upstairs in the actual casino part of the building. So we moved out of the poker room just because they've got too much action down there. We can't get set up in time. They're running tournaments around the clock. So we said, you know what? We're going to go up here to this nice little area, and it's worked out pretty well so far.
It has. It's a nice location.
Dave's going to fold his hand.
Shane's got my favorite hand.
I think somebody needs to tell Dave he needs to show his cards. I think that's the problem we're having.
Could be.
Your favorite hand is Queen 10?
It is.
Oh, you are a sicko.
I prefer it to be suited.
Shane's going to raise to 300.
Well, Shane likes it too. He's going to raise it up. And Rory just can't find anything to make a call with.
Yeah.
And Mike's not going to call this either, so that is going to be
Gets through.
We'll take a 5-minute break, and we will be right back. You're watching exclusive final table coverage right here on the HPT.
Shane's going to be first act. 120,000 is our big blind. Action's filled around to Mike in the small blind. And Mike's going to raise to 335,335. Over to Dave in the big blind. 335,000 was the current bet, or was the raise. Dave's going to re-raise all in. Action's back to Mike. Dave is currently all in out of the 6th seat. And Mike's going to show the ace of diamonds and fold. And Dave's going to take down the pot. Dave shows the 8 of hearts. Once again, started with 606 players down to our final 4. This is our 200th HPT main event here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor.
Anyone else drinks?
All right, 60,000, 120,000 are the blinds. Rory's going to be first to act.
All right, welcome back to the HPT. Action is on Rory. Rick's down at Queen 9 of diamonds.
375 over to Mike on the button.
And that's a raise to 375,000.
375,000 is the current bet.
Joining me now in the studio is poker room manager, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Cage. How are you, sir?
Doing all right, James. Thanks for
Good.
having me.
Get your microphone turned on here.
All right.
There you go. So
All right.
255,000 for Shane to make this call. What do you know about this Dave character, by the way?
Interesting story. When I first started in poker in 2003 as a brush, he was just learning how to play poker at the Gilpin Poker Room. He used to come in all the time for years and years. This is the first time I've seen him in like 10 years.
Wow. What a great story. Very colorful player at this final table, obviously. Decked out in his cannabis jacket. And having a lot of fun. So talk about the week. How's it been for you? I know we ran through a lot of qualifiers, a lot of players, but how was it for you this week out here at Golden Gates?
It was really good, actually. As you can see, we're in a new auxiliary poker room. We got to use it for the first time during the kickoff Saturday flight. We were full spread for that, so it's an additional 5 tables that we have now that we didn't have before. And that's going to continue for the unforced into the future.
Good deal. So was this room basically, was there slot machines in this room? What was this room used for?
There was some slots in here. It never got really busy. I talked to a couple of my bosses and some of their bosses, and they decided, let's expand the poker room. We have a lot of poker. Let's make it better.
And this has been something that I know we've been asking for years, but it's not easy to move slot machines, and there's only so much room that we have here at the property, but this is great. It really is. For all your tournaments that you have here, to be able to have this overflow is really going to help you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so we're moving through pretty fast here. It's only 2:20 in the afternoon. We've been playing for about an hour and a half with all of our breaks that we've had, so we've already lost half the table here at this final table. We started with 8. Now we're down to our final 4. Dave's been very aggressive.
Yeah, I agree. Very aggressive.
Extremely. Corey, can you tell Dave to start showing his cards to the camera? I think that's the problem we're having. Is, as you see, Dave looks at his hand out in the middle of the table, if you will. He's not bringing them to the camera. We're going to see if we can change that. So Rory's got a good hand here. I could possibly see a 3-bet shove here
I'm all in.
by Rory, and he's going to do just that. So it'll be interesting to see what Dave has here. And I think Dave's been playing some hands that maybe maybe shouldn't be playing, and I think that might have been one right there where he tried to get away with the raise, but got 3-bet shoved by Rory. So Rory finally picking up a good enough hand to get them all in the middle and pick up the blinds and the antes and that one raise from Dave.
Yeah, he's built up a pretty decent-sized stack now. I think we're going to see him being a lot more aggressive than he was earlier.
So So on the line, first place money, $132,262. Right now, every player guaranteed $37,209. What's that like, taking the players to the cage? You being cage, taking them to the cage and paying them out. It's got to be fun for you at the end of the week to do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. The good thing about the final table is there's even like 9th place is a considerable amount of money. When players do get eliminated from this tournament, they're upset they didn't get deeper, but they're really happy because they're getting a lot more money.
Now, I talked to Megan earlier, and she told me you're a great employee. You always show up on time. And her being the supervisor. Oh, wait, is it the other way around? I forget. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that later.
Sure.
So Shane now with the 10-9 suited in hearts on the button, four-handed. He's going to raise it up.
I like that hand on the button.
I love that hand on the button. Four-handed. It's a good raise there to $525,000. See if Rory can pick anything up. He's going to fold, and it looks like Mike will probably do the same thing. So Shane will get through with this one. And Mike's going to fold. Do you know Mike at all?
I've just seen him in passing. I don't think I've ever had an opportunity to talk to him at any length.
So what's a week like out here? Let's say the HPT's gone. There's no other events here. What is a typical week like? Do you guys do tournaments during the week?
Yeah, we have daily tournaments, 3 tournaments every day. We have deep stacks on the weekends that are incredibly popular. It's $200 buy-in on Fridays and Sundays, and $300 on Saturdays. And we almost always break easy 100 entries in that every weekend.
Does it ever slow down during the week out here? Because whenever I'm here, it's just jamming all the time. Does it ever get dead around here?
It does get a little bit dead, but we have a pretty aggressive live action initiative too, with some really good high hand promotions going on. Sure. And the rake back pay to play stuff like that. We get a lot of action.
Love the way your high hand is paid out. I was playing last night. Every hour, it's just something to play for, and you're always turning around looking at the clock because the clock goes up. So when it gets to an hour, whoever had the high hand wins a $100 bill.
That was my coding. It's an Excel spreadsheet, and it's very difficult to get Excel to count backwards.
Sure, right.
So it's essentially the time just really blown up.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, I prefer smaller payouts than just one person splitting up, 2 people splitting up $130,000,
Sure. And that's the argument I make is I can hit a high hand. You can
Absolutely.
hit a high hand. I'll never hit a bad beat.
I won't. I'll never hit a bad beat.
Yeah.
I'll hit a bad beat, but it'll be in like the main event, and I won't get anything out of it except for losing $10,000.
Sure.
But no, in Florida they run similar promotions to that down in Daytona, and Dom Nero, I told him the same thing. It was just like, I think they like it, and it gives you something to play for, and you don't have to have quads to win it. No. I saw a straight, full houses, 8s full of 5s win the thing. So I mean, there's going to be hours where it's a straight flush. There's going to be hours that it could be a royal flush, but for the most part, anybody can take it down. And hey, when you're playing 1-2, $100 comes in pretty handy.
Oh sure.
In the middle of a session.
Mike's going to be first act in the 9th seat.
So it's Mike and Shane. Shane with the big slick. Not sure what Mike has. He's reaching for some of those 100K chips. Looks like 675.
600.
Yep.
675 is the bet. Not a great flop there for Shane. 3 diamonds. He does have ace king. We'll see if he decides to make this call. But then he's got to be thinking, what does my opponent possibly have? With a board of 974.
Yeah, that's a big raise there.
Yeah.
I think he has to make that raise that big there, especially with that board.
It's going to raise to 1.5, 1,500,000.
Wow.
Action's back to Mike now.
Action back to Mike.
1.5. Action back to Mike.
Pot of just under about 3.4 million in the middle now. Boy, I sure would like to know what Mike's holding.
Yeah, I would too.
Does he have a small pocket pair? Is it similar to an ace king, ace queen? I don't know. see him because those cards are going to go into the muck.
Yeah. I'm guessing 2 diamonds.
Could be, yeah. All right, so when are we coming out here again? Have we picked a date? Is it February again?
No, September.
September,
then February.
Wow, okay, cool.
Yeah,
so
and it
right
never
around
stops.
the corner, really.
Yeah.
I know.
You guys should just hang out and stay.
Well, we should, yeah. So September, that'll be a 1650 event?
Correct.
Okay. So this is our one $1,100 event we do out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, September, that's, yeah, it'll just be a few more months and we'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Football season will be here. And, you know, I love hanging out in the bar here. You guys now are open 24 hours a day, 7
Indeed.
days a week.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And a lot, I see other places are going that way too around the mountain, aren't they?
Yeah.
24 hours. Yeah, if you've never been up here to Blackhawk, check it out. It's a great spot to just vacation and clear your head. The cell phone service isn't very good, so you can shut off your phone and you can relax and you can play poker and all kinds of great stuff. We're staying over at the Ameristar right across the street, so beautiful rooms over there. Golden Gates, we've been coming out here for years. You guys don't have hotel rooms yet, but maybe someday?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been on the back burner. It's a sizable investment.
Sure.
And
yeah, and we're tucked away here, okay? So everything's narrow and small, and we're all kind of wedged into this mountain, so it's not like there's a ton of real estate.
yeah, it's an interesting market, to say the least.
So we got a new dealer coming in, or a new deck, or I don't know what we got going on here.
Oh, I think this is the few-minute break for the
Oh, no, he
drop
can't
to
be here.
finish.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be
No,
back in about
security.
5 minutes, so keep it right here to the HPT. Okay, and welcome back to the HPT. New deck. Action continues. Still four-handed. Play has slowed down a little bit. Mike's going to get rid of his 10-4. Over to Dave with 10-9. Dave is now showing us his cards. Now Rory has a hand here, but Shane is first to act. Look at that. Megan's trying to get on TV. She knows exactly. We were talking about you. We saw you with your
Yeah, she
ankle
told me you
socks
saw
on.
my white. My white.
Yeah.
They're not ankle socks. That's my white leg.
White leg. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So now, will Rory decide to get it all in the middle here with King Jack, or just make the call? Looks like he's just going to make the call. So the raise was the 505,000 by Shane.
I don't know if you push with King Jack there.
Well, Rory's been a little frisky on the short stack, shorter than the rest of the players.
Sure.
Okay, the flop, 2 8s and a 9, only 1 heart. So great flop there for Shane.
Shane checks over to Rory. Rory checks as well. Both players check the flop.
All right, Rory looking for cards to complete a straight.
There's the 7 of hearts.
And
Gonna be first.
there's the 7 of hearts. So now Shane with a flush draw and his 3 of a kind. Rory looking for a 10 for a straight. King won't help him.
No, 10 only, non-heart.
10 only, non-heart, exactly. Drawing to just 3 of those 10s left in the deck, if they're left in the deck. Okay, so if he makes this call now and doesn't hit, he's left with even fewer chips. So
All right, let's see the river card.
he's going to go to the river. He's in bad shape here, though. Rory is 5 of spades, so that's not going to help him. So squad douche for Rory. Just 8s with a king. And now Shane here, a little value town. Maybe a small bet here of, what do you think? 200,000, 300,000. I guess the pot's 2.4.
Yeah, I could see a value bet here.
Kind of a wet board though out there too. You got to remember. I mean, any 6. Looks like about 250. They're 200.
800,000.
800,000.
800,000.
800. Oh, so you got the white ones. My bad.
Yeah. Extra value bet.
Yeah. So Rory can't call.
No.
He's gonna take down the pot.
Yeah. So Rory lost. That took us a hit to his already short stack compared to the other players. And you know, you talk about that money again. 4th place is 37. 3rd place is 53. I mean, that's a lot of cash.
Nobody's going out of the cage today. Sad.
No, absolutely. Right. Exactly. What is it like bringing the second place person down? Are they ever like just dejected? Are they?
They're usually there. I mean, you see a lot of camaraderie build between first and second place. You see a lot of handshakes,
Sure.
Congratulations in order.
And oftentimes there's deals. You know, we talk about it on the show when it
Sure.
gets down to two players and you're playing for 200,000, and you know maybe you make a deal, maybe you don't. But a lot of times that happens. But you still are playing for the hardware. You're playing for the bragging rights, and you know everybody wants to be a champion and wear that bracelet.
Oh, absolutely.
Fold by Dave. Shane just chugging right along here. Knocked out Jason, and just from the time he knocked out Jason, it's just been good mojo, good momentum. Can't play the 9-6 though. And Rory is going to get them all in here.
Of course.
There. King Jack, you're right, wasn't good the last hand. Had a few more chips, but
Yeah.
we're going to get the 9s here. And I don't know what it is, Cage. I have seen pocket 9s, I want to say 6 or 7 times now at this final table.
There might be extra 9s in that.
Yeah, I know, right? We should actually check the deck. There's a lot of 9s in the deck, so we've been seeing them a lot. It's Joe Cata's favorite hand. That's what he won the World Series of Poker main event with.
Really? Pocket 9s?
Pocket 9s, yep. Phil Hellmuth won a bracelet with pocket 9s. I love pocket 9s. Ran him into aces last night. Flopped a 9 just to get turned on another ace, but Corey Stewart was holding, so I lost that
of course.
pot and went directly to the ATM machine. It was a very sad moment.
It is.
I said, you'll catch up, you'll catch up, you'll catch up. Bing. Turn card, ace of diamonds.
Oh, he only had 2 outs. Of course he hit one.
Of course, yeah, exactly. I didn't need to watch the river. I was already exiting. All right, so Shane here with a real hand, ace queen.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of takes his hand and he covers his face, just the side of his face there when he enters a pot. Everybody's got their little quirky things in poker. That seems to be his, and it seems to be working.
And Dave's going to fold. And Shane's going to win the pot. Just over 22 minutes.
So when I talked to David this morning, right when I saw him in his shirt, said, you woke up this morning, dressed yourself, looked in the mirror, and said, I look good. This is what I'm going to choose to wear.
Apparently he did, and he's wearing it proudly.
He is indeed.
He's got the shades, the jacket, the pendant.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having fun. Got into this event for just $260.
That's always a good story.
It is. And when you see that all week long with the qualifying process that we have here on the HPT. A lot of people ask, well, what's it cost to get in? I said, well, as low as $60 if you can parlay your way up.
Oh, exactly. Those qualifiers, they're really good structure, long blind levels.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to make it in.
Well, what I tell people, too, if you haven't played for a while, it's good to enter a qualifier and just get some reps in, you know, the night before you get here. I never recommend trying to do it all in one day. That's tough to qualify and play a main. But if you're here a day early or a week early, you know, come out and play, you know, and get in for a better value and, you know, splash around and get some table experience. Because it's hard to just get off the airplane, get in the rental car, drive here, and just jump right into the main. Yeah, it's tough, you know. And cash is different. You need to get playing in a tournament setup. So interesting here. Mike raises to 355 with King Jack. And now an all-in. Will Mike make this call? This is a tough call.
That is.
And Mike's chip stack continues to decrease as well. So King Jack looks pretty good suited when you're playing four-handed on the button, but is it enough?
I want to see a flop at that hand. I don't know if I want to push in all my chips for that.
I don't think I do. Not for my tournament life. Your opponent could have you know, he's probably thinking he's got something like that. Ace-Jack, Ace-10, Ace-Queen.
Ace-King even.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that Shane's running so well lately, picking up cards. Well, he's not going to give you any tells, though, as he looks straight down. Can't even look into his eyes there. I don't think Mike's going to make this call, but I think Mike is maybe getting a little frustrated. And, you know, the fold is the right thing to do here. You would have 2 live cards and a spade draw. Do you feel lucky? Do you want to go home?
It is.
Yeah. I like the hand. I think it's going to be hard for him to fold it, but I think he's going to.
No, he's throwing it away.
He's going to do it, yeah.
Taking a spot.
And a good fold there.
Yeah.
Very good fold. It's James Larson here broadcasting the Golden Gates Casino Poker Parlor, Blackhawk, Colorado, just an hour from Denver, Colorado. in here with our poker room manager, Cage, hanging out. How'd you get your name? How did your parents come up with Cage?
It's actually, it's not that good of a story.
Okay.
The long and short of it, before I started in poker, I worked at the Gilpin Casino. I worked in the cage. They built a poker room. They asked me if I'd like to work in the poker cage. This is about 2002. I'd never played a hand of poker before then.
Right.
And I got up there, and my real name's Nathan. There's a dealer named Nathan, and my name's Nathan.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
they
I
said
know where
Dealer
this is
Nate,
going.
Cage Nate.
Cage,
and it
there
got
you
shortened,
go.
and I've never been able to get rid of it.
Wow, it's even on your name badge,
Yep.
badge there. All right, Rory with ace 5, but we're on Shane first. Like I said, Shane's just cruising right along here, trying to win his first title.
I don't think he can miss.
You know, he's playing well. He's running well. And I don't know if you saw that big hand. But we have an all-in and a call here. An all-in and a call. Will this be it for Rory? And it looks like I see an ace in Shane's hand. Looks like ace 9. I'm going to say ace 9 going up against ace 5.
He's ahead.
He is ahead. Shane's ahead in the hand. Rory's going to go 5.
No 5, no heart.
Of course, we've also got the chop possibility anytime both players holding an ace, but with a 9, odds are that will play, and he's suited in clubs. So we got clubs versus hearts. And this could be it for Rory if he doesn't improve. Let's go to the flop. Anything can happen.
Deuce of hearts, 8 of diamonds.
So queen, 8, deuce. So not a whole lot there for Rory. He's going to need to go run a runner for the wheel. And he's going to need 2 more hearts for a flush. Still looking for a 5. That's the king of spades. So now drawing pretty thin here, my friend.
Rory's going to need to see.
Just a 5, right?
Yeah.
Just a 5. So there's 3 5s.
3 outer.
3 outer.
King on the river, we have a chop.
And you can draw to a
Yes.
draw.
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. Jeremy is right. 8 on the river.
River card is the
It's the 4 of clubs. So the 9 is going to play, and that is going to do it for Rory. He hung around a little longer than the other players wanted to, but they finally got rid of him, and they're all moving up in the pay ladder here. So now things are going to get real interesting. But congratulations to Rory going out in 4th place, $37,000. That's a lot of money. I mean, $37,000.
Come on.
You think about that. That's a great payday.
That is a huge payday.
You know, it really is.
For $1,100.
For $1,100. But now the news for these guys. Look at Dave. He's smiling.
Oh, of course.
They're all guaranteed $53K.
Yeah.
I mean, we work a long time to make $53,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But these guys, they put in their time, too. And
Sure.
anybody that just watches this stream and sees, oh, gosh, I could do that, $1,100, sure. But there's more to it. And being a poker professional or an amateur, you got to travel. You got to put yourself up in the room. You got to feed yourself. You got to help out your friends from time to time that need a few bucks that you're traveling with. People have pieces of you. You've got pieces of them. You know, scores like this.
We definitely are streaming.
They're great for poker because hopefully, especially if they're local, that they'll keep that money in the poker room.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing. You want that money distributed back in here to your room and everywhere here on the mountain. And that's what's good about having locals at the table.
Absolutely. Yeah, keep it in on the mountain, if possible.
If possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That big?
Go pay some bills and then come up and
Sure.
play the 1-2 game with us.
Buy a
you
new
know?
car.
Yeah, exactly. So you can drive back up here and play more.
All right, that's 12 line this hand, 1 big blind.
We all remember our first big score, and it's you know, it's a great feeling. It's an accomplishment. You've climbed that mountain. You were the last man standing, because in poker, I was listening to Antonio and Norman Chad talk about it yesterday. You know, in the main event, 7,000 people enter, and only one can be the champion.
Yeah.
Only one. We had 606 people here. Second place is not the champion. Third place, it's good payday, but there can only be
Sure.
one champion.
And there has to be one.
There has to be a champion. And Nate, I'll be honest with you, that's what I like most about poker. All right, so Mike now is going all in. Well, Mike got his pay bump, you know.
Sure.
Going to go all in with 10-9. So
Don't
this is
blame him.
interesting. This could actually end pretty quickly here, Cage, this match, because you've got one guy with a majority of the chips, 2 short stacks, you know, relatively compared. You know, they are the short stacks. But this thing could end real quick. And Shane's just, again, he's just ABC. He's playing well. He's running well.
Yeah, I mean he's
Not making he's not making a mistake. No mistakes.
He's playing really good poker, and he has a lot of chips.
This is always the time that it gets interesting. What would the strategy be? And we're not professional poker players, but what is Shane supposed to do? I guess he's supposed to do what he's been doing. Just continue to play the way he's been playing because it's been working. We're good, yeah.
Imagine at this point, any sort of premium and any ace really, he's gonna make a sizable bet and steal some pots. Because these players know if they call him, there's a chance they're gonna be all in.
And anything can happen, Cage, but I'm not going to say these guys are playing for second place because that's not fair to say.
Yeah.
But they're kind of playing for second place a little bit.
Well, you see that too. As soon as you hit a pay bump, you're going to see some of the shorter stacks loosen up a bit.
Yeah, you see it on the bubble. You see it, you know, from 5th to 4th, from 20th to 15th, you know. But it also, you know, I talk about this a lot on the show. These guys have been around, but all of a sudden you get down to three-handed, and you ask yourself, how many times have I been in this situation before? And I think a lot of players are like, this has never happened, okay? You've never been three-handed. You've never been heads up.
Yeah.
So it's good. I always tell folks to try to practice this. Practice with your friends. Play heads-up poker. Play the one-table sit-and-goes. Because when you get to this situation right here, for this kind of money, you got to have some kind of a game plan.
Yeah, your strategy changes a lot when you're shorthanded.
And that's what I love about working with Ken and James so much on the show is he's just the mastermind. He's a poker coach, and I love when he just kind of dissects it. And because it's totally different. I wouldn't know what to do when I got, you know, I've won a couple of tournaments before, and I was running real well, and I just kind of made my way through.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of poker players hurt themselves. The ones that play a large amount of tournaments, they'll typically get down to 5 or 6 or even 7 and just chop it because the payday's so good.
Right.
And they do that constantly. None of them ever really get any shorthanded or heads-up experience.
Right, right. All right, the action continues, three-handed. Somewhat of a turbo today, final table, if you will. We've only been playing for a few hours now. We're down to our final 3, and things could move fast, too. But you never know. One double up here by Dave or Mike, and then another double up. And you know how poker works.
Oh, yeah.
We could be here till midnight.
Very easily. The dynamic can change quickly.
Absolutely.
It is moving pretty quick, though.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of aggressive and loose action earlier.
Yeah, but you got to look at where our blinds are escalating to.
True.
So, you know, that's...
Gonna move all in out of the small blind.
so there's an all-in with a queen.
Queen 9, picking his
10-8.
spot.
Don't think 10-8 is going to be good enough.
Mike's gonna fold in.
Yeah, Mike's going to fold. He's going to wait for a better hand.
Mm-hmm.
Who's this dealer? I've seen him. He was doing some floor work this week.
He was. He's one of my dual rates. I have a group of dealers that do both. They help me out on the floor during big tournaments.
Have you ever thought about going out to the World Series of Poker and deal? Have you ever done that before?
I've talked to a few people that have tried to put me in touch with some other people, but I always have something going on here.
Yeah,
it's hard to get
you have
away.
a job here. That's the problem. I saw a lot of my dealer friends out there, Dominic and Heather, and it's just fun to. I'm sitting in my hotel room watching ESPN2, and there's a good friend of mine dealing. So I'm just watching her the whole time. It's just great. So this will be the hand that Mike's going to get his chips in the middle.
Oh.
He's got pocket 7s.
Absolutely.
So what he's hoping for is action in front of him here, and that's going to probably
He's gonna
get it here, and he's going to be in the lead. So this is going to be a raise by Shane and a shove by Mike.
Yep.
So Mike's going to get his chips all in the middle right here.
Mike announces all in.
There it is.
Now,
Out of the small blind over
did Dave
to the
fold?
big blind.
No,
No.
Dave. Watch Dave wake up with ace. That would have been fun.
Nearly all in out of the 9.
Okay, so it's a classic coin flip here. It's a race.
And Shane's gonna make the call.
Of course he
See the hand?
calls.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. And
Shane shows
he's
Queen
happy
Jack
with
of
that. He's got
diamonds,
2
Mike
overs
shows
to the
pocket
7s.
7.
I love having Queen Jack against pocket 7s.
did.
Or King Jack or Ace King. It just seems like the 2 overs. Now, today at this final table, we've seen the pocket pairs hold up.
Has 7 of diamonds.
We've seen deuces hold up. We've seen 9s hold up.
Mike is currently in the lead.
Shane had this problem earlier trying to get rid of a player just like this. But maybe he's due, so we'll find out. If Shane can improve, we'll be heads up poker for the title.
Flop is 10 of clubs, 6 of hearts.
There it is. There it is. It's just so hard to fade those big cards, you know.
It seems hard to fade them when you're trying to fade them.
When you're trying to fade them, yeah. It's like trying to make money when you need to pay the mortgage, you know. And that is the king of clubs, so
Mike's gonna need to see
now Shane's even got a
he's got 2
straight
outs.
draw as well, yeah. So Yeah, Mike looking at one of the black sevens in the deck. Otherwise, he's going to be eliminated as he takes a swig of water. It's the deuce of spades, and just like that, it's time for heads-up poker, but not before Mike takes off with $53,350. Nice run, my friend. And look at Dave.
Oh,
Dave's
the happiest
thinking,
guy in the world right
who
now.
would have thought that I'm going to be standing here playing for all the chips? Now, Dave's going to have his work cut out for him. We're going to go upstairs here in about 30 seconds, and we're going to get the chip counts, but maybe even get an interview with these two. I couldn't think of any more opposites here. You've got Dave, who's crazy, outgoing,
Outspoken.
and you got Shane, who I think once you get to know him is probably a real sweetheart, but he's all business. Look at, we don't really even need to count him, Gage. I mean, look, we've got that many over there and that many over there. It's just going to take a lot of work for Dave.
Dave's got a lot of work cut out for him.
My advice for Dave, have fun.
How long do we have?
Don't get crazy, and keep smiling, and hope to double up, and then hope to double up again, and then hope to double up
Not like we're
again.
going to be here long afterward.
All right, folks, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, so we will be back shortly as Heads Up Poker is happening here at Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. We'll be right back.
All right, back to the action here. We've got Dave with $2,870,000 in chips and Shane with $15,325,000 in chips. Let's give them both a round of applause. Our final two players. All right, guys, we start with 606 players down to our final two. We have just over 11 minutes left at this level. 15,000 ante, 60,000, 120,000 on the blinds. During heads-up play, we have the small blind on the button. So, Dave, you'll be small blind on the button. Big blind over here is Shane. First card will go out to the big blind. 15,000 ante, 60,000, 120,000 on the blinds. Good luck. Shuffle up and deal.
All right, welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson, and now I'm joined in the broadcast booth with Rich, one of the dealers. Rich, what do you think is going to happen here in this heads-up match? It's $15 million to $3 million.
I know, man. It's crazy. It's a pretty good polar opposite match, too. You got a guy with the craziest personality, happy, and the other guy who's short, sweet, straight to the point.
Right,
But
yeah.
He's been playing solid. I really do hope Davey can double up a little bit here and kind of make more plays. And
Yeah,
give us
have a little
more
fun,
action here.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know where it's pretty much going.
Yeah. So look at this, though. Dave already with a big hand here. So he said he's going to
Right.
double up 5 times. Chip in a
be
chair,
great to
man.
see that.
It would be fun. He says, I'm all in. Now, Shane here, any jack or high. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Mix up with
So
something.
this could be.
we go.
This could be it, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Dave did just say that he hasn't won hasn't lost a hand at Showdown yet. So
Okay,
let's-
now
let's
he's
see if that can
dancing,
hold.
but even though the ace-10 is behind,
Yeah.
I got a feeling this could be it. But if Dave's hand holds up, he'll double up, and we'll continue this match. So here we go.
Shane's just been running so hot, so.
And, I mean, Shane has to call there. Like I
of
said, he's going to
course,
call with
yeah.
anything jack or higher.
Exactly.
His opponent goes all in the first hand. Look at Shane, sits down. He's cool. He's calm. It all comes down to these next 5 cards.
That is a good
7,
flop
4,
for me.
Trey. Okay, so at this point, Shane's going to need one of the remaining 10s in the deck or go runner for a chop straight. That's a 9, so the only card that can help him is the 10 of spades or hearts or diamonds. We go to the river card. It's the deuce of diamonds. So, my friends, he goes from 3 million to 6 million, 15 million to 12 million. So, I mean, just like that. Just like
to a good
that.
start.
Yeah. So really one more double up, and we'll be even in chips. Boy, I just told the crew I might get on an early plane. I'm the one who jinxed this one. This is going to be great. I want to see some heads-up play, though. I still don't think this is going to be a marathon match.
No, it's not.
Just the way where we're at in the level, the way these guys have been playing.
Yeah, they mean business.
Look at that. We have Howard Stern in the back.
Exactly.
Who would have thought Howard Stern would be joined? Look at that, Goose. Howard Stern's here.
He's a Blackhawk local. He's always over at the 30-60 game, and he's over here watching the action now, so-
exactly. Yeah, I got a picture of him from my my Snapchat here. I put Stern, and it kind of looks like him.
Oh, wait, there's one on the phone. Hold on a second.
It looks like he's kind of directing traffic. All right, so Shane, just a mere flesh wound for him. And look at Dave. He's excited. Cage, our poker room manager, is out there reconciling with the dealer.
You know, he's just putting so much positivity out there. He's just attracting exactly what he wants, you know.
That's how the song goes.
Enjoying himself, constantly smiling, having a good time, trying to
Yeah.
get the table to talk.
This Dave guy, I want to party with this guy.
Exactly.
He is
Not
a
just
lot of
because
fun.
of the shirt, right?
No, not just because of the shirt. And by the way, marijuana, it's legal out here, so. All right, action continues now.
You're right, you're right.
Now, will they go back to a little more small ball? We'll see, you know, instead of just this shove fest.
Yeah.
But still a 2-1 chip advantage for Shane, so we'll see if he can battle back now after that, losing that first hand of heads up. Ace-King versus Ace-10. It was a real setup hand, you know. Who would have thought the short stack on the first hand gets dealt, you know, the
Wake
third
up
best
with that,
hand
yeah.
or whatever. Ace-King, a great hand, great starting hand. Okay, so we continue the action. And, you know, it didn't bother Shane. I mean, he's
Cool, calm,
been
and
cool,
collected,
calm.
yeah.
And, you know, that's just a cooler, really. You got dealt an ace and a 10. He's on the button now. Standard to always raise on the button, heads up.
Shane's going to make the call.
Just going to call, though.
Dave in the big blind.
Dave's still stacking those chips as he doubled up.
That's a first for the tournament. Trying to do the reverse on me. Flop.
Check. And Dave's going to check his option.
Okay, so we're slowing down a little bit here. Calling a check, we go to the flop.
Flop is ace of diamonds, 7 of spades.
Flop is ace-7-4. It's a rainbow. Nothing for Shane. We don't know what David's cards are.
He's going to bet 150,000. Dave's going to fold.
It's a bet of 150,000, so 1-1 now in this heads-up match. Unfortunately for Shane, though, it cost him a big chunk of his chips to lose the first hand, but
Still looking good. Still in a great position.
got to interview the guys beforehand. There, Cage, come on, get yourself together over there. Jeez. Got to interview them. They're both very happy because minimum right now, 81,707. I mean,
That's a great day.
great day. You know, you put it together, it's $212,000, $213,000. Our total prize pool was 587. Call it 588. So obviously with poker, very top heavy. You know, all the cream rises to the top.
Yes,
and if
sir.
you ask Dave or Shane right now, they have no problems with the way that is structured. Dave just having the time of his life. Got into this thing
Living
for
it up,
260,
yep.
waving at his opponent, goofing off, making everybody in the
Look at
the
Megan
room
in the back
laugh.
cheesing.
Yeah, Megan's cheesing. We had her on the show earlier. Okay. How will Shane finish him off? How many hands will it last? Or will Dave make the comeback of all comebacks? I've seen it before. I've seen
sure.
it. I've seen it many times. I remember being in New Mexico, and we played until 2 in the morning. Started at noon, went till 2 in the morning, back and forth. It was like 5-1, then 5-1 the other way, then 5-1 the other way. I remember it very well because we finished at 157. I sat the microphone down and I jetted to the bar just to have the woman say, last call was 2 minutes ago.
Oh.
Sorry, sir.
Womp, womp,
We even had somebody offer a $100 tip just to give us a couple of Budweisers. No such luck.
No can do.
Check, check, check. I don't hear my mic. Hello? I don't hear my mic. It's going to be a hand. It's going to be a hand where, like, can you hear your mic? No, you're off.
You can hear myself talking?
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. No, I'm back. Thank you, though. So I think it's going to be one of those hands where they both will have mediocre hands, and they're both going to catch a piece of the flop, and we'll get it all in.
Absolutely.
So it's James Larson here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. Glad you are with us. Great week out here. Great to see all our friends and family over here at the Golden Gates Casino. Dave and Shane, the last two standing. So there's a good starting hand heads up for Dave. King 9. Would say he's probably going to play this hand. It's a raise. And Shane just with a junky jack tray here. 455 to make the call.
Out of position. I mean,
Yeah.
should be an easy fold.
Well, or is he going to decide to
Jam,
get? Yeah. He's got a jack. I mean, it's heads up, you know.
Yeah. He's going to make the call. See if he tries to float him, take it away.
Sure. Try to outplay him after the flop. Okay, ladies
can
and
do
gentlemen,
something.
that's how that works. Now you won't want your opponent here, Dave, to get over aggressive, hopefully. Bet this for you. But first to act is Shane. And he's reaching for chips. Looks like 850?
He looks about right.
850 is the bet, and that's going to take it down. That's going to take it down. So he gets a few chips back there. If you're just joining us, it's heads up for the title here. Shane just over a 2-to-1 chip advantage on Dave. And we had an all-in in the first hand of heads up. Ace-King going up against Ace-10. Obviously, Dave had the Ace-King. He's still hanging around. That would have been something to end that thing in the first hand. And there's the bracelet. That's what we're playing for, ladies and gentlemen. That right there. Forget about the cash. The cash, you'll put it in the bank. You'll spend it. You'll pay taxes. You'll pay the credit card off. But the bracelet is forever.
That is going to live on.
I'm really glad we decided to do that. We experimented with some other types of prizes. We did a WWE belt in Los Angeles at the Commerce.
Oh, yeah?
We've done plaques. We've done things you hang on the fireplace. But a bracelet. People... Not just a WSOP bracelet, any bracelet. You know, I want a bracelet at my local country club. It was just a little a cheesy little bracelet, but I was the champion of the country club poker tournament. It meant a lot. I still have it, you know.
You ever think they'll get into any other accessories as far as maybe, necklaces or... I mean, I know rings are hard because you have to get them sized.
And I don't like rings because I don't wear rings. I'm just not a ring guy.
Yeah.
A lot of guys aren't ring guys, so I've never been a fan of that. But I don't know what else there is, you know. I don't know what else.
Could be,
necklace.
Get
I
your
like
little bling on.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like a big old gold chain or something with the HPT.
Get some Flavor Flav style. Big old clock. Big
Maybe
old
we could give
poker
out
chip.
clocks. Yeah, clocks. That'd be a good idea. All right. Is something going to give here on this hand? The Dolly Parton for Dave, the 9-5 suited. Kind of reminds me of Jack Nicholson.
That's what I was saying earlier when he was smiling. I had to pull up a picture and show my
yeah.
coworker. I was like, doesn't he look like Jack Nicholson?
He sure does.
He's got that smile.
Yeah. And he's having a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun, and he'll be having a lot more fun as he will go to the cage with at least 81,000, but he's hoping to take down the top prize. He's not giving up yet. He's not playing for second. He's not going away easy. Even though he's out chipped 2-to-1, doesn't matter. He's ready to play some poker, and he told me that in his pre-interview. Okay, so Dave has a king. 9-7 for Shane. So it's a raise now.
Gonna keep the pressure on that short stack.
505. Now, Dave should probably make this call, but he's not going to.
I love that hand. I call it King Cobra. The 2 looks like a coiled snake.
Yeah, it sure does. Out of all the raggy hands there are, everybody's got their favorite rag hand. That's my favorite rag hand. I love when I have to play King Deuce. I don't want to have to play King Deuce, but when I can limp with it or if I'm in the big, it's just a hand that I've always gotten.
You prefer to hit the deuce, too, not the king.
Right, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know what it is about that. You know, some guys it's the 9-4 or 10-6. We all have that one crappy hand that we keep in the back of our mind. And every now and then when you're feeling lucky, you splash around and hope to hit a flop. So, Rich, what's the best part about being a dealer?
You know, I've only been doing it for about 5 months now, and the reason I got into it is because of the love of the game. You know, I just wanted to see more hands, and I didn't want to have to spend all the money to do it. So I figured let them pay me to watch all these hands and see all these, great players make these great plays. And honestly, it's just to see the action, just to be there and witness all the crazy things that go down. I mean, you see some insane miracles.
Look at this is going to do
Right
it
here.
all in. This will be a snap call for Shane. I got to be quiet. They're just up the stairs from us. Yeah, that's gonna it's gonna be a call here though. Queen Jack, I would think he's way ahead. You know, people ask me all the time, back to what you were saying. They ask me, do I get better from watching all the poker? And absolutely you do, 100%. But the only way to really get the reps in is getting the reps in.
Yep.
You got to play. You got to play. You got to have your heart beating. You got to be on the felt playing, because it's very easy for me to watch the nervousness on 5 cameras that I have in front of me and the whole cards. I try to tune those out. But I'll tell you this, I have gotten better at reading players from watching TV,
Without a doubt.
working on this show. And also I talked earlier with Cage about playing heads up, and I've learned so much about heads up poker. And I'm surprised that this isn't a little quicker call for Shane. But then again,
You know, last time he jammed on him, he had ace king.
right?
So he's
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. And Dave, I guess, has kind of been tight on the few hands that we've played heads up. You know, he's mucked a few hands to raises. So Shane's thinking, you know, again, we have the whole cards here, so it's very easy for us to be able to predict or say what you should do. There's a reason Shane's the last man, one of the last 2 standing, because he knows how to play the game.
I mean, just previously, I believe Shane called him pretty light with ace jack off. You know, and they were like 5 or 6 handed, and he had 9s and his 9s held, or you know, hit the flush on the river. So I mean, he's definitely going over the history that he's got with him and trying to figure out his range.
Heads up, though, Queen Jack is a pretty good hand.
Yep.
You know, so, but again, he doesn't want.
He knows if he loses this flip, this is going to be a.
then he's got to go to work.
Yep.
If he loses his flip, he's got to go to work. I don't think he's going to make the call, and he's going to fold it. I'm a little surprised at that. I'm a little surprised. Show it, Dave. Show it to him. Get him real fired up.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't show it.
I thought that would be a
He might
really
tell
easy
him what
call.
he has and not show it.
Boy, he would have been way ahead on that hand. Queen Jack against 10-7, but again, obviously he had his opponent on an ace. You know, Shane's thinking could have had ace Jack
Or even a pair. He knows that he likes to
pair,
share with shove with pairs. He's seen him do it.
Yeah. Now this Howard Stern looking guy, do you know him?
I do not. Like I said, I've seen him around plenty of times in the 30-60 game and the 2-5 game over across the street at the other casino. But
He's a great guy. And he told me he just got a new phone. I took a Snapchat picture with him because I said, it's all my friends back home. I'm hanging out with Howard Stern. He says, will you send me that photo? I said, I'll get back to you on that. I got to send one to my daughter, he said. I said, like I said, I'll get back to you. All right, so now Queen 9. So Shane with Queen 9 now, we'll see what he decides to do. But first is Dave with his 9-7. So he's going to raise. And on the last hand, he was facing it all in. He didn't have a chance to raise. It was Dave was first. So that's going to be a quick fold. So look, Dave is kind of playing a pretty tight heads-up match so far in these 7 or 8, 9 hands that we played. So I guess going back to that fold, maybe he was just thinking like we were talking.
Yeah.
That his opponent had the ace or a small pocket pair or something like that. So as you see, we're in this tiny little basement right outside of the poker room upstairs. Not even the poker room. It's just kind
about
of
the size of my apartment. But
yeah, it's very warm down here, and at least we have this. The fire marshal told us never again can we set up here. Though, I was told so.
A little bit of a issue with that.
Yeah, a little bit. And we had a fire alarm happen at our hotel last night.
Computer hand right here.
3:30. Yeah, the old
There's the
computer.
King Cobra.
King deuce. So again, you know, a lot of players could get them all in here with a king and a queen playing heads up. I've seen that a lot where, you know, one good card, if you will. No one wants to play king deuce, but
Not with so much on the line.
I guess if I'm Shane, maybe I just start being a little more aggressive. You got the chips.
Got to apply that pressure and keep
a
it
little
on
bit.
him.
Just
Yeah.
give them a little bit of pressure. And I guess we have seen that. And
With
I
that
think
Jack 2,
Yeah,
Jack 3,
yeah,
that was definitely
yeah.
applying some pressure. I mean, you got lucky and hit the board, so it's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to what we're saying about the dealing, and you know, dealing definitely, and seeing more hands, and you know, working in the industry definitely will help your game if you put the time in and you do your homework. If you just treat it like any other 9-to-5 job and you're just there and you're kind of blanking out and just not focusing and just trying to get the day over with, it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah,
but if you're there watching and learning and taking notes, like I try to do, I think it improves your game tenfold.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've heard stereotypes of, you know, dealers don't make good players because they learn all these bad habits from seeing all these terrible things. And I think it's dealers that don't do their homework make bad players,
Yeah.
or anybody
Yeah.
that doesn't do their homework makes bad players.
It's made me a tighter player watching all the hands. It's made
man.
me a much tighter
Yeah,
player.
definitely.
And I see good players fold what I think are good hands, but they're out of position, and they make the right decision, and they're doing it consistently. And I just see him look at it. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa! He had, pocket fours there. What are you doing? Well, he's out of position. He's faced in front of a raise. The guy next to him is very aggressive. So yeah, they don't even think about it. And
Save
that's
yourself
what's
from
cool.
getting into a sticky situation right away. You don't want to get in that tough spot.
All right, no more phone calls at the final table, please. Shut the phones off. Wait, that was my call. All right, so the action continues here. David Charnick. And Dave's going to go all
He's
in.
gonna
All you
push.
can eat. Can Shane? Oh, no, 5 deuce. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. That'll be an easy fold for
Yep.
Shane. He's got to think about it, though. After all, we're playing on network TV here, so. So Dave brings those chips back in. And we continue. What are the blinds right now? Megan, the blinds?
Look like 80 and 160
80 and 160. Okay.
with a 20,000 ante.
So this guy that looks like Stern, he's just pacing the place. It looks like he's the floor.
Right?
He was taking pictures. I don't know why he refuses to sit down. I mean, he's literally standing right next to these guys.
He's
There
an
he
action
is.
junkie. He just wants to be involved, I
Yeah.
guess.
We don't have very good security around here. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's Monday. Man, that's a fold. Dave's going to win that. So, not super aggressive here for either player. And, it's just going to be that one hand.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
got to get
it's-
some action hands in here. You
Yeah.
can't have this 3-6
Yeah.
off,
Do you guys have a dealer that we can that you call the Terminator? We used to have one on the road.
Yep.
Actually, I saw her deal in the WSOP main event. She was known as the Terminator. It was like bullpen, bring her in. She'd knock out 3 players in about 2 hands.
Yes, sir. We got a couple of those for
Yeah.
sure.
Nah, it's good for TV. It's good to have a fun, good heads-up match. I never like when the tournaments get over too quick. You know, the crew and all of us. Ooh, here we go.
Here
King,
we go.
Queen. The mom and
What do
dad,
we got
the
for
king,
Shane?
queen. So this should be a
Yeah.
raise, if
He's
not
gotta
an
like,
all-in.
He's got to like his spot.
Dave's going to be first to go
All you can eat, he says. Now, can Shane wake up with an ace or anything that's close to that, or a small pocket pair? 9-8.
Yeah, I'll say.
Not going to do it for 9-8. So all in, fold. All in, fold.
Yeah.
Raise, fold. Couple of walks. If you're just joining us, that's all you've missed so far, except for the first hand. Fireworks there on an instant all-in. Ace-King, Ace-10. Ace-King going to that guy in the green jacket. That's not a Masters jacket. That's a cannabis jacket. Got a few people left there in our studio audience. It's been playing so fast today, though. We started at basically 12:30. It's 3:30 now.
Yep.
I've done 10-hour final tables. These usually average 7. Now, it's not over yet, so I don't want to jinx anything because we could still be here till midnight. But
With the way that they're shoving and stuff, it's just going to take like that one hand we were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see him try to just, put in a small raise to try to get some action
Yeah.
and see if he can find a good spot to, But I don't see
Hey,
it
Megan,
the way
can
they're
you tell-
playing.
we need Dave to start showing his cards to the camera. I think he's forgetting to do that again. What's that? You don't have to. No, don't worry about it. Can you tell Dave to show his cards to the camera on the next hand? Thanks. I've never seen a lot of players look at the cards like he does, where he puts them, he
Way out
extends his
front.
hands up.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is an all-in. Now we see Shane's cards, but we don't see Dave's cards. Jack 9, some players may look you up on this. Shane might get tired of getting pushed around, but he's going to fold. He's going to wait for a little
Yeah,
better.
he's gonna
Maybe
wait for a
Jack
good
10, maybe Queen Jack there. Well, he folded Queen Jack before to a raise similar to that.
he's folding queen jack, then yeah, he's definitely looking for a certain top part of his range.
Look at Megan. Poor Megan's trying to get his attention. What's it like to work with Megan and Cage and the folks here? Good people.
Oh, they're all great people, man. They like to have a good lot of fun, you know, while we're at work. You know, not too much pressure. As long as you're doing your job and getting stuff done, it's a nice atmosphere for sure. Lenient, you know, laid back.
Yeah,
definitely.
Move that mic up a little bit. Just there you go. A little better for you. All right. Well, Shane's got an ace here. Let's see if Dave decides to bluff with his 5 deuce. Heads up poker, you get the button and you act first. So Shane is first. If it was flipped around, that's where I could see if David maybe, because he's kind of been pushing him around with his all-ins, maybe try a bluff. But now it's not going to work because Shane's going to bet first, and that'll end the hand.
Yes.
625,000 over to Dave.
Dave's thinking, yeah, my 2 cards don't add up to half of your 1 card. So where do you think we're at in chips? I mean, is it, if you had to guess, there's about 18 million in play, I want to say. A little under 18 million.
I'd say, I mean, are those effective stacks not exactly accurate?
I'm going to say they're stacks.
I'd say they're
20.
pretty close. Let's see, if I look at his stack, he's got almost
What are the 100Ks would be what, 2 million?
2 million a stack, and he's a little short on that right one. So
2, 4, 6, 8.
He's got about.
Well, why don't we look at his? That'll be easier.
Yeah, let's see. He's got.
There's 4 million minus a couple 100,000.
He's got about 4, 5. He's got about 4, 6, 4, 7 mil.
Okay.
4.7 mil.
So call it 5 to 13.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
You got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
So still just
12,
just a little over 2 to 1, I guess.
16. He's looking like he's got over 16.
Okay.
About 15, yeah.
8160 on the buttons.
And Shane just very, very patient. He's not looking to end this, you know, anytime soon. He's going to wait for the cards. I mean, he'd like to end it.
Yeah.
Would have liked to end it in the first hand, but he's not gonna rush to anything, and he's gonna play what he's been doing all day, very consistently.
You know, in all 3 days that he's been playing, you know, I was out there dealing to him, and every time I sat down at the table he was at, you know, he was constantly dragging pots, constantly making good plays, holding his same demeanor, just solid performance.
Okay, so this is interesting. Shane raises, and now a 3-bet shove, and Shane's gonna have to muck his hand. There will be a time he'll gamble, but it's not going to be here.
No, definitely not there.
It's been pretty somewhat textbook, if you will. Not textbook, but just basic poker, what we're seeing.
Yeah, no player's getting too crafty yet there.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot of small ball.
No.
You know, it's seen a lot of folds too.
Yeah.
You know, seen a lot of walks. I don't see that a lot on the HPT in heads up very often. Usually a little more aggressive. You know, that one good card. You get a jack, or you get a 10, or you get a queen or a king, especially.
Pair's
And,
huge like this. You
yeah.
know? You get a pair, you're huge.
Right, exactly. Okay. I don't know what Dave's doing there.
DJ Cannabis over here.
Yeah, Dave's been maybe too many of the edibles this morning. Quick fold. We won't see any of the cards there. We'll go with 7 deuce against something else. So yeah, it's been a fun week up here. Got to see a lot of folks. And seeing some great poker action, let me tell you that. When will it all end? We will find out today, because we will crown that champion. You're at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. Nine, 8-4. Shane gonna enter here. Small raise. 625. And Dave will get out of the way.
Quickly.
Well, if the cards don't change, this might be a long, drawn-out affair.
Yep.
You know,
I hate to say it. I think when Robert was in the box, there was a little more action.
I know, right? Yeah, who is this guy?
This is Matt here. He's been a dealer here for a long time, about seven or 8 years, maybe longer.
So if you're just joining us, Heads Up Poker. There's your big stack. That's Shane. Going up against Dave. You see the cash on the table, the bracelet. So much on the line here in Blackhawk, Colorado. All right, first to act is Dave. I think he thinks there's RFID on the... I think he thinks the RFID is on the table.
And the way he's looking at his cards is definitely blocking the camera.
So, Megan, I'll ask you one behind the little...
You did, okay.
You must too many edibles, you know.
Yeah, Zach, can you tell Zach? Can you tell Kevin to tell somebody? He's not. Where is the? Oh yeah, we're RFID. We're not even using those, are we? Okay.
Okay. All right, action is back on Shane.
Shane with the 9-4 off, and David with Jack 8. It's going to fold. Take that down quickly.
Boy, could it be any warmer in this little nook that we're in down
Right.
here? It feels like I'm in a sauna.
Yeah, it's chilly upstairs.
So we were talking about the high hand jackpots that you have here.
Yeah.
Really like those. Really like the way that's structured. Gives you something to play for every hour.
Yep.
Watch the clock. Cheer on your friend or try to beat your friend's
Oh,
high
yeah.
hand.
It actually creates a little fun for the dealers too, you know,
Absolutely.
because the dealers get, they get hooked up a little bit here
Sure.
and there when a good player gets one, and it kind of creates a little competitiveness between them. It's a pretty good atmosphere to, oh, you beat me. Oh, no, you beat me.
All right, chip counts. There we go. Shane with 13, Dave with 5, a little over 5, so 80 big blinds to 33 big blinds, I guess. Somewhat irrelevant on the big blinds. You just know that it's 2-1. Okay, is this going to be the hand that we see some action? It will be by Shane. I suspect a raise here.
Let's see if he can induce some action from David.
No,
Doesn't look like
not going to do it. Got to give credit to Dave here for not giving up. I mean, he's just kind of playing the nuts, you know. I mean, hasn't bluffed that we've seen. Really, neither player. I mean, Shane's gotten a little more aggressive pre-flop with a few hands, but he's just they're just playing it real straight. Playing it real straight. The people in the audience look like they're going to sleep. Besides that. And we hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I love watching Heads Up Poker. To some people, they like a full table. I love watching the dynamics.
Yeah,
of
no.
two players.
I like it all.
Yeah. It's just
I like seeing it all culminate
Sure.
to,
Sure. Jack deuce for David. Not really in his range, but it is suited, and you are heads up, Dave. So you could. This would be a hand. Oh, he's
He
going to go
just
all in.
shoved with that.
Okay, and 9 trace.
He's
It's not
going to
going
get
to
no action here.
But I like that he at least plays that hand.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
on
definitely.
the button. I
Yep.
think you need to raise there. All in, you could argue that, I guess, but I like the aggressive. You got Jack deuce of clubs. You're playing one person. You know, there's not any other players at the table except for that person that's across from you. I mean, maybe David needs to loosen up. What's he got to lose besides the 5 million chips he has left?
And a 50K pay jump.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line. And folks, I'll apologize in advance. I am in the broadcast booth for a reason, not on the table. These guys know what they're doing. It's just fun to talk about the different options and the things that you can do with poker. I mean, who's really wrong or right? You know,
That's the
it's
beautiful
all
thing.
hindsight.
Yep.
After the fact, I can tell you who was right or wrong.
Yep.
You know, when you get snapped up, my friend played his first World Series main event this year. Got aces in second level, and very aggressive guy. bets him, raises him, he re-raises. They get it all in finally on the turn. I don't know why it didn't get in quicker than that. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. So they flip over their hands. My buddy's got the aces. The villain's got the kings. I don't need to tell you what came on the river.
Course.
You're out of the World Series main event. 10K later.
Brutal.
You can't rebuy. Just, you know, and that happens.
It's one of the games that you can do everything right and still get screwed.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's what keeps it interesting. Here we go. We got an all-in.
Now, Shane, okay, Jack 10, you tell me.
Let's see some action here. Let's see some fireworks. Come on.
I think you got to make this call. What are the
I mean,
odds?
if he
that
folds
you're-
queen jack,
and he's,
you know what I mean? Maybe suited he calls. I don't know. Really wish we could see Dave's card there.
I know. Why can't we see him, Kevin?
Especially on
All
the
right,
button.
Zach.
I mean,
Okay. I'm told they could be damaged cards, so they pick and choose when they want to work, I guess. Boy, that Megan moves around quick. Now she's
right?
upstairs.
I thought she was still
I
standing
thought she
behind
was
me.
right behind us, yeah. Well, I think it's going to take queens or better for
Serious,
Shane
yeah.
to-
We're looking for some monster hands here to
Yeah.
get it all in.
It's not going to be 10 tray. Again, we're not seeing a whole lot of poker. We're seeing just folds, all-ins, folds, walks.
Cards are pretty much doing all the talking.
Yeah. And you're right. Your dealer in the box right now is not.
Yeah, he needs to get. Yeah, we need to get Robert back in there. I'm one of those dealers that'll put 3 aces on the flop, and yeah, I deal crazy high hands like that.
Sure. Now, can a high hand play here if it's all on the board?
But yes,
It can.
You don't. There's no qualifying for it. Basically, there has to be at least $4 in the pot, which would be
Okay.
2 players heads up limped in, and there needs to be $2 going into the jackpot fund, and that's about it, honestly.
So if 2 players chop it, they would, and that was say 4 aces on the board of the king, they're going to split the $100 for that
Yep,
hour.
yep.
If that's the high hand.
Yep.
Okay.
King,
Well, this
queen
should
off,
be an
here we
all-
go.
This should be an easy all in for Dave.
Clearly likes his hand, judging from his past hands.
Yeah, because they're not going to play any small ball here. There's not just going to be a mid raise. That's all
And he's
in.
gonna shove.
Now, will
Any
Shane
pair?
wake up? Okay.
Ooh.
Now this is different. This is different. Than any
Lowest pair. Let's
I
see
know.
this.
See, I don't like it, and I.
You know, with the cards he's been getting, I mean, does he think
He's going to get
consider
a
it? Yeah, I mean, he's thinking, you know, a pair
You
here.
said any pair. You're the one who said it.
Yeah.
And the worst pair.
Yeah,
The
of
lowest
course
pair
the worst
comes
pair
out.
comes.
Bing.
But deuces, you know, that's my fiance's favorite hand. We actually
Really?
both love that hand a lot. I actually proposed to her with that hand,
Wow.
so it's
I-
it's one of the, you know, pairs can hold. Like you said, they're huge here.
I flopped this. They're huge here. That's just
You just
it.
got to dodge 3,
Yeah.
6 outs.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, how are deuces different than 7s or 9s? You know what I'm saying?
How you play them?
But I mean, in this
Oh, yeah,
in this
exactly.
situation,
Yeah,
you know,
2
I always tell
overs versus
people
a pair.
that.
2 overs versus a
exactly.
pair.
It's
That's
a
it.
pair.
Yep.
Okay. Versus 3s, 4s, 5s, 6,
Mm-hmm.
all the way up to jacks, if you will. You know.
5.295. 4,200,000.
This would be so sick if he calls them and they hold. That's going to be amazing.
To win, I've never seen
With deuces?
I can't
Oh,
remember
my
ever
God.
seeing somebody winning a tournament with deuces. I don't think I've ever seen it.
5,295,000.
Look at the odds, 51 to 49.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
you're damn near an underdog going into the
Yeah,
thing.
it's serious.
I don't fault him if he folds here.
No, definitely not. I mean, he's got.
But what then you got to ask yourself, Shane, what are you waiting for?
Exactly.
We
You
just
can't-
dealt you a pocket pair. You know how hard it is to get dealt a pocket pair in this game, and you're mano and mano. The book says you need to make this call.
There it is.
He's ahead. He did the right thing.
Yep.
But things are
Playing
going to get
solid.
real.
He's
Things are
just
going to
gotta
get real
fade.
interesting
Yep.
if the queen comes out here. Okay, will this be it? Will this be
Look
it?
at him. He's cheering up behind.
Dave hasn't lost a flip
He
yet.
hasn't, no,
Okay.
he's
He
been-
hasn't lost a flip
But he's going
yet.
up against a guy who's been running completely solid the entire time.
Now Shane looks a little
He's
more
been
nervous.
losing these coin flips, so
Deuces against king queen. I don't like it. It's never a good feeling. But if he can get past the flop, you'll watch those percentages change. Let's go to the
Second
flop.
time. That's not a good.
Oh,
A
my
deuce, a
goodness.
deuce. 3 diamonds, though.
Yeah.
3 diamonds. Neither player holding
Nope,
a
running
diamond.
diamonds can cause-
So running diamonds on the board could get a chop.
Bring a diamond.
look at him cheering
Yeah,
for the diamond.
he's
Yeah.
cheering for the diamond. David is in very tough shape.
10 of diamonds would be an awesome sweat.
Oh, it would be. Shane
Ace of diamonds too.
Shane is about to win his first HPT.
10 of
title.
hearts.
It's the 10 of hearts.
Always got to have a
Okay.
little sweat. So now
So,
only an ace or a 9.
a 9?
Baby. Come on, Matt.
Can it happen? Can it happen?
How good can you run?
Shane has a set of deuces. Can this happen? We go to the river. A six of clubs, and that's going to do it. That is going to do it.
Amazing run.
We have a new HPT champion.
With deuces.
With deuces. A set of deuces for the record. He flopped it. Didn't need the set. The deuces would have held.
They would have held regardless.
Unbelievable. What a great game. What a great game that was. Second place for Dave, $81,707.
Look at his smile on his face. He couldn't be
Sure.
happier, honestly, the way that rolled out.
I got a feeling they're going to party tonight.
Oh, yeah.